Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. If you're listening mobile here today, in this episode, we have a very special guest. This is Jaber, who is a specialist in SEO and web design for home service companies, and he works with a lot of different painters. So, Jaber, welcome to the podcast, and thank you for joining us here today.
Absolutely, man. It's a pleasure working with you and finally connecting. And let's see where we can add value today.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of your stuff on Instagram. We've collabed with a lot of the same people, but never, done something like this. And, I wanted to reach out. We're getting some new guests on, and, I really think that you can provide a lot of value to people here today. So thank you. The very first question that I have is, maybe for the people who this is their first time hearing about you, they've never seen you on Instagram or anything like that. Like, what are you all about, man? What do you do? And if I'm a painter and I come to you and I see you for the very first time, uh, what do you do? Who are you?
All right, so here's a quick intro about me. So my name is Shaber, and I build websites for home service businesses. And I know there's a lot of companies out there that struggle to find someone they can trust with their website, right? And I want to be that guy, right? So it's all about building the right relationships, providing value, and seeing how I can help more businesses.
I gotcha. Understand. How did you kind of get into working with home service people? Did you start off with that? Were you in somewhere else and then kind of came here, or how'd that all kind of come about?
So it's probably like a big backstory, but I'll make it brief. So I started when I was 13 years old, right? And I started with graphic designing. So I was like a creative type of person. I loved like the creative side of things. So that's why I got into like graphic designing, and then my journey like transitioned into like a whole bunch of things. And in like probably like around COVID or maybe after that, I was working with SEO, right? My uncle introduced me to SEO that you need to learn this, and I was learning it, and I got so good at it. I got like a company that I was working with back then on top of Google, and that was like, wow, that's so crazy. And that's after that, I saw the websites, and I was like, wow, I can create like beautiful websites like this. And I was like amazed. And then after that, I found the home service business to be like the industry that I kind of loved, right? So that's how I kind of got into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, one of the questions that we always get from a lot of our clients when they're asking about websites is when is the right time to get a really nice website? If you are like just starting off and you've never done a job in your life, it's probably tough to spend, five, $10,000 on a website. That might not be the right time there. But I do think there is like kind of a right time to invest in something like that. And honestly, like that's going to make you a lot more professional having that site. A lot of people tend to put it off, they're like, oh, I don't need that right now or so on. But when people go to your website, I hear it all the time from people that I get on calls with. Like they're like, hey, I was on your website and then I decided to book a call. Like people are going to look you up beforehand. And it's really nice that you got to present a presentable website. Um, but when is kind of the right time for somebody to start thinking about that?
So to answer that question, man, it all depends on goals, right? What's
Okay.
the goal of the company and what's the current position, right? So we need to see both of these things, right? So for example, like you said, if you're just starting out and you don't have any jobs or like any projects to showcase on the website anyways, right? So that probably won't be the best time to invest in a website, right? And by a website, I don't mean just like a template or something that's going to be like making you just blend in with every other contractor, right? A website should be something that's going to represent your brand, and that's going to make you guys stand out as a company. Somebody lands on the website, they can trust you right away. So that's what I mean by a website, right? And now, if let's say you're starting out, you don't have any work to showcase on the website, you don't have any projects to showcase on the website. So that's probably not the right time, right? But if let's say you're a mid-sized company or you're growing, you have a lot of jobs like like to showcase on the website. And then there is like probably like I've also like speak to like most of these business owners, and they tell me like we were doing an estimate, and then people were asking about like, hey, can I see your website real quick? Just to kind of like see an overview of what you guys do, right? And when you get people asking like stuff like that, that's when you know that, okay, now it's really necessary that I invest into a good website that's going to make me stand out, right? And
Yeah.
like I'm telling you, when people like they were doing the estimates and when they asked about the website, their website was so bad that they said, hey, why don't you check out my Instagram instead? And that's kind of like when they realized that, okay, I'm missing something out, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I understand. The the clients that you see and like a lot of those people that do like that website audit with you, what are some of the like big issues that you see that people are having and like how do they overcome that with their website?
Well, in the website, it's really like depends from like person to person as well, right? But most of these people that I see nowadays, they are so obsessed with AI that they want to integrate the AI that okay, they just use AI to just create a template for them, and it doesn't make them, it doesn't benefit them at all, right? So let's say you create an AI template website for you,
Hmm.
and that's not going to separate you guys, right? Because what your guys brand is, what your guys values are, and what is your mission, that AI cannot
Yeah.
like represent all of that, right?
Yeah.
So it's something that's going to be like tailored towards your brand. And that's something that I've seen a lot of these businesses do. It's not taking the AI right way, because AI is just a tool for implementation, right? It's not going to build you something that's going to make you stand out. And actually, like one of the guys that like asked me about the audit, like he told me himself that I use an AI for a website and it's really bad. I want you to review it for me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Like, can you dive a little bit deeper into that? So, why is it so bad that people are using AI? Is it more so that they like the creative direction is not there, or it's more so just sort of a cookie cutter website with generic information that doesn't really get into the true detail? Is it like more so that you see?
So what I really see is like that it's first of all, it's not optimized for building trust, right? Because the purpose of a website is to build trust, right? Because when you are doing an estimate with a homeowner and they ask for like, okay, can I check your website really quick?
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, they're gonna see that if they can trust you, right? And when you have an AI build that for you, the trust factor is not there, the personality is in there, and it does not represent your brand, right? And I've also seen like alongside with AI, I've seen like a lot of these businesses use templates for like a website. And now that's like, I would say when starting out, that's a good way to have something cost effective, right? But in the long run, that's not going to help you grow your business, right?
Yeah. What, we all know that trust is very important, but what are some of the ways that you recommend portraying trust in your website?
So a really simple way I will say like is to show yourself. And most of these businesses, if you go to their website, it just looks like it's like a corporate business with no personality, no whatsoever, like team members, nothing, right?
Yeah.
And what people trust is like, and what people like to do business with is people they like, know, and trust. So if you can share your backstory on your website, that's super simple, right? I mean, people just create like content on Instagram. So why not show your face on the website as well? So that way they can see that, okay, this is the face behind the website or maybe the business, and they can trust that guy, and they're more likely to call because they have already seen your face, right? And funny enough, uh, like one of my recent websites that I built, the feedback he got, like he was doing an estimate, and the homeowner was like, I've seen your website and it was like super professional. I loved it, right? And
Yeah.
when you have like your face, your personality on the website, so it's like literally you, it's your like your reputation that's on the website, right? And like he was doing the estimate, he got that compliment. How easier like it's gonna be like that he closes that like estimate, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's I would say like a super simple way. Just show your face. If you don't want to show your face, because I've seen like some people, they're just like, I'm not that type of guy. I don't want to put myself out there, right? Then show your team members, show the branding, show the truck wraps, right? So people know that it's a professional company, right? Because the goal is like most of these businesses, they're not like a big business or they're not really like grown to a certain point, right? And the goal is to get there. So what's the first thing that you want to do with your website? You want to represent yourself as a business that's like operating at that type of level, right?
Yeah.
So that's what the website should portray and represent that, okay, when somebody lands on the website, can they feel that level of expertise? Can they feel that level of experience and trust? Right? So that's the goal.
You know, it's funny because we see a lot of that same stuff, and we have a lot of those same philosophies here at the agency with the ads that we put out for clients. Like one of the things we always recommend is to be in the ads. Like Jo-
Absolutely.
if John is in the ad and then John meets you in person, shows up and shakes your hand, that's so much more powerful because hey, you're John, the guy I see in the ads all the time, and I know who you are. I'm sure you do a good job. You know, I trust you. So just like that, it's on your website. So I'm completely vibing with everything that you're saying here. Um, one of the questions that we kind of get a lot is when people like people who don't have that sort of website set up. Um, well, I guess this isn't entirely a question, but we just sort of notice it. Like in the ads, you get out what you put in. If you have some ads that are up there with really bad quality, um, maybe blurry images, a picture of somebody, smoking a cigarette, talking about what they're doing, like you're not going to attract a good quality lead. Do you notice that in your website as well? Like if it's a bad website, does it attract the wrong kind of buyer, or is that maybe not the case?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Like the website as well, like if it's a high quality website that represents you and your brand, then it's gonna pre-qualify the buyers as well, right? Because when you position yourself as the expert,
Mhm.
and it's like the websites that I built as well, I want the company to be positioned as a premium option, right? Not the cheapest option.
Yeah.
And that's the feedback that I get as well, right? That one lady called like one of my recent clients that who literally launched his website, right?
Mhm.
She called her she called him and she was like, I've seen your website. I want you to do the job for me. That I know that you guys have amazing work, right?
Yeah.
So I think so that it does play a role in that, that it does pre-qualify the customers as well. And that's what we want as well to like attract more better quality opportunities, right?
Hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think when you have a higher quality website, that also allows you to charge more for jobs. Like if you have really bad ads, really bad branding, a really bad website, and then you're asking for a really high price, it's probably not going to work out super well. But if you have, if you present yourself well, you look the part and you act the part, then you can actually, charge those higher premiums. Um, I was,
Yeah, I think so. Like, I'm not sure where I heard it, but I think so. Somebody told me that, yeah, I think so. It was one of my clients. He told me that, okay, like if I take a look at my website, I don't feel confident enough to charge like even a high quality price that I know it's worth it, right?
yeah,
But if I see my own website, I just lose all of my confidence.
yeah, yeah,
So that's kind of like crazy.
yeah. If you, it's kind of like that expression, look good, feel good. You know, if you dress good, you're lined up, you're looking stylish, you're looking good, you're looking sharp, then you feel good and you act good because you're confident in how you present yourself. The same thing goes with your website. If you have a really bad website, and somebody goes and looks at it, you're like, ooh, I don't know if I can charge. It's like, ooh, I don't know if they're worth this. But I mean, you're right. How you present yourself, it it reflects on your business. Absolutely. Um, so how does, once you have like the website created, or maybe this happens sort of during the process, um, where does the SEO come into play here? Okay, you have a great website. Cool, awesome, phenomenal. But how do you make it good for SEO and how do you actually improve those rankings?
So the thing is, if you have a really good, beautiful website, right, but nobody sees this, then there's literally no point, right?
Yeah.
So that's why SEO is super important. And like with the website, the SEO, like there needs to be proper on-page SEO. And what I mean by that, it could be the content, right? For example, like the content should be optimized for not only for the people reading, but it should be optimized for the algorithms as well, so they can better understand that. And one of a good ways, like, is to create more pages for your services and your areas as well, right? So, for example, if you are in like Phoenix area, but there are a lot of sub areas as well in Phoenix, right? So,
Yeah.
if you just mention that we are painter in Phoenix area, Google's gonna know that, like Google's algorithm gonna know that we are like this company is painters in Phoenix only. They won't know about the sub areas. So a great way is to add more area pages, right? Letting Google's algorithm know that okay, we are not only serving in Phoenix area, but we also have all of these sub areas as well. So a recent example for that would be like Connor's website. I launched Connor's website and he works in mine area, right?
Hmm.
That's kind of his main area. But he also serves in Freeport area as well. And just by creating a page for Freeport area, he got a lead from that area, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like if you are more optimized
Yeah.
for more areas, that's going to help with the local reach and with the SEO as well. And a great way to optimize for SEO as well is to make sure that you keep getting more reviews. Like the reviews are super important. Having your business profile updated and making sure that you are updating your projects like oftenly over there. That's going to help with the like maps ranking as well, and that's super important as well.
Yeah. Okay. Understand completely. What is your thoughts on blogs? Should people be posting those? Are they important? Do they help?
Yeah, absolutely. Blogs are important, but we need to know the intent behind it, right? If you're just creating content, like the blogs are great, right? But there's a difference between getting traffic from blog and getting opportunities from blogs, right? So, I mean, one website I audited recently, they were getting a ton of like traffic, but no opportunities, right? And why was that? Because they were optimizing for keywords that people from all over the place will search for.
Hmm.
So, for example, it could be about like white paint. That's like informational keyword. People will search that,
Yeah.
but it's not likely they're going to be in your area and they're going to need your services, right? So for blogs, what you can do is optimize for keywords that are going to like get you more opportunities. A good example could be like how to paint my interior home in like Freeport area. That's super specific, but that's more high intent and higher
Oh,
quality, that they are more likely to, if they come from the blog from that specific keyword, they're going to convert because they're looking for that service instead of like what is white paint, right? Because I saw this like the keywords they were getting traffic from, it was like what is white paint, off white paint. That's not going to help, right? So blogs super important, but
yeah.
need to be super specific as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we notice a lot too. There's a lot of in this industry, there's a lot of DIYers. At least for painting. If it's something like HVAC or roofing, there's not really as many, like not many people will, do their own roof, but there are people who paint their own house. Um, so because of that, you have to, when you're publishing this stuff, at least what we've noticed is you kind of have to account for that and try to steer away from that as much as possible. Because yes, you're right. You'll get traffic, but it's not going to be the people that you want. Um, absolutely. Where do you build all this stuff on? Do you use WordPress? Do you have like a software stack? What does that all look like?
So we do first of all the design and then the development. For the design we use Figma, and
Okay.
for the development we use WordPress
Okay.
because WordPress is good for like SEO optimization and it's good for scaling as well.
Okay.
And it's easier for the user as well. Like most business owners, if you tell them about, you can update stuff themselves, so that's going to be like more easier for them as well. And that's why WordPress is like good. But there are other options as well, but those are for like let's say there is Webflow that is really great as well. But Webflow, it's not going to be a right fit for, I would say, a smaller size uh, home service business. It's going to be more suited for a large scale company. So there are different perks, but I recommend my client based on what their current position is, right? And where they want to be at.
Okay. Is there, I'm gonna put you on the spot here a little bit. Is there a maybe a good client example or maybe like a before and after or something that you could kind of walk us through to show you maybe what it looked like, what you did, and kind of why you made some of the decisions you did?
Yeah, for sure. Like you want me to share my screen and show that?
I would love that if you can.
All right. So this is the before version, and I'm going to show the after version right now. So it's loading right now. So this is the after version. And let me just give a quick overview of this, right? So
Yeah.
first of all, this over here, we have the video just in a square box and it's not playing itself, right? So that's the main difference in that, right? And the reason for that is right because if there is a video, we don't want people to be like try to play it. It should play itself, right? So if you see in the background, it's kind of an infinity effect that's playing itself, but that's not the most important part. You see this, you can see at the top that there is customer reviews trust badge, but it's really small and people cannot see where the reviews are from. So what we did, we make sure to put it right in front of their eyes, right? So
Okay.
this is like the golden section. We need to build trust right away.
Yeah.
And how are we building trust in this case? We have the Google reviews trust badge right there, right? And then if you see over here, like, let's see this heading first of all, it's not clear. It says, welcome to Echo Architects. Well, they can already see that they're on Echo Architects website, right?
Mhm.
But what does your company actually do? What do you guys actually specialize in? Need to be specific, clear. So here's what we say: trusted custom swimming pool builder and remodeler. And in what area we guys are? Sunnyvale, Texas. So it's super clear, it's super specific, and it tells exactly what we do and in what area we are actually located in, right? So that's super important. And then if we actually clicked on this get a code form, it's going to take us to contact us page. But what we have over here, we click on this and a form pops up right then and there. It doesn't take a second to load. And that's why it's more optimized to convert as well. Not only look good, not only build trust, not only be clear specific, but it converts as well, right? So that's, I would say, like a quick breakdown. But here's a recent website I want to share as well. So this website, I think so I launched it like probably 1 or 2 days ago. So quite recent, right? So I'm gonna refresh that and I'm gonna let you feel the experience.
Okay.
So you see how everything is interactive, and the purpose with that interactiveness and these animations is to make like the user feel good, right? Because if they have a good experience about your website, they can feel it, they're more likely to trust you, right? And with this example, this is probably a better example. You can see that, okay, Lomax, he is the main guy. You can see that Chase Lomax, he is the owner, and he's represented in the first section,
Yes.
right? And then we have the reviews trust badge, 110 plus reviews on Google. Wow, that's super amazing. This company has 110 plus reviews. They can
Yep.
trust this company right away, right? So you can see how all of these things are there to build trust, right? And then another thing that I did, if you see over here, this circle, so it's loading right now, but if I click on that, a video will play, and that video is gonna be about like Chase like background. That video will convert a lot more people because it's about Chase journey and people will see this call to action button. So it's optimized in every way to convert, right? So this is, I would say, like some of the recent examples, but yeah, man.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I like this a lot. So one of the questions when you're talking about conversion that we always like to ask is like what do you consider a good conversion rate on your website? You know, if you get 100 people that visit your website, how many, should you expect any leads or like what do you normally see?
So for that, I would say again, there the 100 people that are coming on your website, where are they coming from, right? If
Yeah.
they're coming from keywords like how to paint my house, or maybe what is colors, like that's not going to convert, right? But if the keywords, or maybe the people that are coming to your website, they are optimized, like they're targeted, they're
Yeah.
more likely to convert, right? Because what our website does, it's like optimized to convert, right? We have the phone number right at the top. Like literally, I've seen a lot of these businesses website. They don't even have their phone number in their whole website, right? I'm a homeowner. I'm checking your website. I want to call you guys.
Yeah.
How do I call you? I don't find the phone number. And
Yeah.
another really important thing, they don't mention their area as well, right? I'm a homeowner. I want to see if you guys are local to me. I don't want to call a company that's probably in another state, right? I don't want that. And if you don't mention any of these things, if you're not clear about it,
Yeah.
then of course, even if you keep getting more like targeted traffic, that's not going to convert. So with all of these things, we see like a pretty good conversion rate. So, but again, it all depends, and I can give like a number, but it all of these things,
Yeah.
if they're done right, you can expect a way better conversion rate and way better like quality as well, like the lead quality.
I understand. Okay. Now, obviously, it's very important to have a website, present yourself good, and I think we're all on the same page with that. Um, but I think a lot of people just are so confused and are a little bit scared to kind of jump into this world. Maybe they don't want to do it themselves, but they just kind of feel like this is just, too big of a thing to deal with right now. Realistically, like how much does somebody need to spend to get a maybe like an okay website or maybe like an excellent website? Like, what are some of those price points there?
Well, it depends, because like it depends who you're dealing with, right? First of all, you need to have somebody you can trust to build your website, right?
Hmm.
And everybody has their own prices, so I can't be really specific that
Yeah.
who they're going to be dealing with and if they will have the same rates, so I can't be sure about that. But the questions that you need to ask them, that are you, like, make sure that you, first of all, when you are building the website, are you owning that website, right? You need to own the domain and the hosting, because like Lomex, for example, the website I just showed you,
Hmm.
he actually had his previous agency bought the domain and hosting for him. So when we were trying to work with him, he wasn't able to get like the access easily. He had to figure that out. He had to see how he could get the access. And like his previous agency had the access to probably like his business profile as well. And he doesn't even work with them anymore.
I know it depends with pricing, but like, I mean, I guess is there like a rough estimate that you can give us on what something like this would cost?
Yeah. So first of all, I will say, if you are getting like a better quality, don't compete on the pricing, right?
Absolutely.
Because I've seen most of the businesses, they just want a better price
Mhm.
and they don't even care about the quality, right?
Mhm.
So they will have someone cheaper come in. Like, for example, I knew a guy, he paid someone $500 to build his website, right?
Yeah.
And then the day his website was launched, he came back to me like, I need you to redo my website. So the
Yeah.
cheaper route, I would say, try to avoid that. As a business owner, it's going to waste your time, it's going to waste your energy, and it's going to waste your money as well. So that's the first thing I would say. But I would say like a good range for a website, again, it depends on so many things, but could be like 5K, could be like maybe some people are doing a better job. But
Yeah.
again, 5K to 10K is a really good budget. And if you're also like, if you also want to spend on SEO, if you're also like spending on ads, like one thing I would say, like one of my clients, I launched his website and he's spending money on ads, like Facebook ads, right? So
Yeah.
that's what you guys do, right? He's spending money on Facebook ads, but his website is actually converting most of the people that came in from the Facebook ads, right?
Yeah.
So
It helps
again,
as well too.
first of all, you need to see that the website is going to give you, it should align with your goals, right? If you want to grow, is that going to help you grow? All of these things.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't worry much about the pricing, because what the investment is involved, that's just like, I would say one time, or that's just, I would say, like, because and the reason I say this, like most of these businesses, They just see that investment as okay, that's an investment. I don't want to do this, right? It seems too much for me. But what they don't see is the opportunity cost, what they are actually losing just by not having that, right? So, like again, you need to see your goals, you need to see your vision, and you need to find the right partner that
Yeah,
can give you a great quality for a good price. That's what I would say.
yeah, absolutely. So if somebody, listening to this today likes a lot about what you're saying and is interested in kind of learning more, like what's kind of the next steps for them? Like if somebody listening here wants to, potentially partner up with you, what do they do?
Yeah, for sure, man. They can connect with me on Facebook, they can connect with me on Instagram, and we can see like how I can help them, right?
Awesome. So yeah, guys, I'll leave a couple of links in the description here. And I'd probably recommend doing that website audit, right? Just to kind of see what the heck's going on, right? Would that be a good first step?
Yeah, for sure, man. I've had people connect with me for the audit, and when they actually see the value, they're like, I understand what I have been missing just by not doing the things that you are talking about, right? So I would say an audit is a great first step, but it's for people that already have a website. But somebody who doesn't have a website before, they can always connect and see how I can help.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you for joining us here today. Jabber, thank you for coming on the show and providing a lot of value. It was awesome. I appreciate you for joining us here today. And for all of you guys listening, I will leave a couple of links below if you want to take your website to the next level and you want to consider working with Jabber and his team here. Reach out and get that website audit or get some you know just get a little bit more information to see if this might be the right fit for you. So, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Or to the guys.
All right, perfect, perfect. Um, Thanks for joining us here, man. I appreciate it, and yeah, it was nice to connect here.
Yeah, amazing, man. I do apologize. Like I was like fine a couple of hours ago, but it's starting to get worse. I don't know.
It's all right, man. I get it. I sometimes when you're talking all day, doing interviews, doing sales calls, stuff like that, it gets you. All good, man. Um, Thank you for joining us here, for real. If there's somebody that I run into that I think might be a good fit for you, I'll try my best to send them your way. And if there's anybody that you come into that needs some help with their Facebook ads, we'd love to serve them. And I think we can do a really
Absolutely.
good job. Um, this will be sent off to editing. It'll probably be posted pretty quick. Um, but I'll send over the final copy, and then you'll be seeing this stuff on the timeline in the next probably sometime in the next
Yeah,
couple
for
of
sure,
weeks.
man. When you post it, let me know. I will share it also.
Sounds good. Would you be able to real quick send me like a headshot or something like that that I can use for the thumbnail? Is that something that you have? Just some sort of picture of yourself.
Okay, I'll try to get one
Thank you.
if I don't have if I cannot find one, but I'll try to get that.
Yeah, just the one on like just like the one that you have on Instagram, what looks like it'd be fine. Like just something to put on the thumbnail. Um
All right. Yeah,
Awesome, man.
I'll set that too.
Well, thank you for joining us. And we'll get this one in the pipeline. Appreciate it, man.
All right, brother. It was great talking to you, and I'll be connected on Instagram. And you have a good day.